I'm Jake, a senior manager at an events company, and I give Asana 4 out of 5 stars. Before we decided to go with Asana, we tried a bunch of different solutions. We'd use spreadsheets and Google Docs and emails. And so by going with Asana, it was nice because we had everything that was in one spot and everybody knew where to look for the one source of truth for the workflows and the products that we had in stages. We ultimately decided to go with Asana because it helped us to have everything in one place. And so we were able to build all of our workflows for our marketing team around that. And so there was no more questions about where things were stored and what was due when and who was working on what. By having everything in Asana, we were able to really streamline that workflow. And having a reduced team, we were able to do more because everything is all in one spot. The initial onboarding for Asana wasn't the easiest. It was a little bit of a hurdle to try and wrap your head around how should we set things up. It's a little bit of a blank canvas, and so there's a lot of options and not a lot of direction, which once you get into it ends up being a benefit. But initially it's a little daunting because you don't know, should we set things up by projects, by tasks, in teams? Should we have things separate? And so it was a little bit of a challenge to initially get set up. But once we spent the time and got over those initial hurdles and got everybody onboarded, it's been a pretty seamless process since then. One of the things that I'd recommend is getting a champion in place, someone that's really able to kick the tires and try out a couple of different projects and figure out some of the pain points that your organization has and figure out how Asana solves those. If it's being able to, having unclear deadlines and not knowing where the status is of a project, get somebody in there ahead of time, have them kick the tires and go through the ups and downs and really use the process and use the software, because then when you have somebody you're trying to onboard a larger group, it becomes much easier to have that champion as well as yourself to be able to point to and say, this is how it solves the jobs that we need to be done.